the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! How's your shave?
I can feel it pulling the stubble.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing Fusion Pro Glide.
It's like it's gliding down.
Turn shaving into gliding. New Fusion Pro Glide.
Toyota's Patriots Today, presented by buyatoyota.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toyota's Patriots Today. I'm Brian Lowe, joined as always by Paul Perillo here at Sun Life Stadium in Miami. And Paul, talk about second half woes being solved in one fell swoop. The Patriots put up 35 points, led by a Brandon Tate kickoff return to open the second half, and really end up destroying the Miami Dolphins. Were you stunned at how this one played out?
The way it turned out, I don't know how anybody wasn't stunned by the way it turned out. I mean, I think they just scored again in another way. I mean, it was unbelievable to have kickoff returns and block punts and block field goals and interceptions all over the place, scooping them up, running them back. You talk about exercising some demons. They haven't been able to win on the road. They haven't been able to finish second halves, especially on the road. And then tonight, 35 points, you win, blowing the Dolphins completely off of their own field tonight. I don't know how this team could possibly have gone into the bye week feeling any better about itself.
Exactly. They score 41 points, and Tom Brady does not throw a touchdown pass. In fact, the only offensive touchdowns were by Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and Danny Woodhead. If I said that to you before the season, that they'd win a game this decisively and those two guys would score offensive touchdowns, you wouldn't believe me. But it was all about Patrick Chung. It was all about the special teams. Scott O'Brien's going to have a good night tonight. And really the defensive special teams.
Well, Scott O'Brien's going to sleep very well tonight. I mean, that's about as good a special teams game as you can have. I'm going to do a rarity here. I'm going to look right into the camera. I'm going to correct Brian Lowe because he's incorrect on a statistic. The Danny Woodhead touchdown was a pass.
Oh.
It was a pass. So I have to do it. I have to do it, guys. Brian Lowe, he rarely makes mistakes, but I'm going to point that one out. But your point is overall, I mean, offensively, the numbers, I thought offense was outstanding tonight, but you look up at the numbers and they were very pedestrian. I think they only had about 250 yards of total offense, but it was not needed. I mean, they scored in so many different ways tonight. Bill talked about it after the game, a total team effort with all the complementary pieces in place. This is as resounding a win as this team has had in a long time, and they rightfully are crowing about the fact that PFW, you included, Brian Lowe, all picked Miami in this game, and they got a lot of motivation by it, and they're a very happy bunch right now. I can guarantee you that.
We're just happy to help. I feel like I shouldn't ask any more questions. That was a very fair point by you. Let's just cover Rob Ninkovich, who was basically the closer on defense for the Patriots, because early on in that game, you know, Chad Henne at the beginning was moving the ball pretty well, not necessarily Brandon Marshall, but Rob Ninkovich ends two somewhat promising drives by the Dolphins. Talk about what you saw out of him tonight.
Well, the first one I thought was a great play in that even though the ball was thrown right to him, the physical part wasn't, but mentally I think he talked about he thought it was a run play, he read run off the go, but he still was able to recognize quickly enough to drop back into a place where he was in the way, and he had Brandon Marshall blanketed. The second one was a remarkable athletic play for an outside linebacker with not a ton of experience, making a diving play in the flat like that in front of Brian Hartline. I thought the second one in particular was the key to the game. I thought that the Dolphins had a chance to go up 14-3 there late in the first half. Who knows, if they take that 14-3 lead to the half, we might be looking at a whole different game in the second half. But Ninkovich was outstanding. Listen, the list goes on and on. Patrick Chung, Rob Ninkovich, all the different combinations they used in defense in the secondary. They found a way. They give up yards tonight, but they found a way to stop drives.
It's only October 4th, but you get the feeling that this could be a defining game that this team looks back upon. If this year is to be successful, this could have been the springboard.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of good things that happened tonight, and I think that, Bill talked about how this team is a confident team, and it always has been a confident team, but I have to think they feel a little bit better about themselves the way they won this game as opposed to the way they won last week's game.
Well, they're tearing up this field, and before they start tearing up right where we are, and this field was a mess, by the way, anyways, hopefully they'll do a better job with it now. We better get out of here. We're going to get out of Miami. The Patriots thoroughly defeat the Miami Dolphins, and they head into the bye week on a positive note. That's going to do it for now from Miami. We'll see you next time on Toyota's Patriots Today.